Yep, I'm here.
Okay, don't we? It's basically 10:59, so great. So welcome everybody. I'm Casey O'Brien, Executive Director of National CyberWatch Center, and welcome to our September webinar series, CyberWatch West today. Let me go here. I'm sharing my screen for those that are at a computer and using WebEx. For those that are just calling in, we'll try to be as descriptive as possible in what we're talking about. Also be posting some URLs and various resources in the chat feature. The slides that we're using will be made available, and I'll show you at the very end where you can go on the National CyberWatch website to get access to the slides, as well as the recording of this, which we are recording and we make available on the National CyberWatch Center YouTube channel. So again, I'll show you at the end where you can get today's recording of the webinar and the slides themselves. And just a couple items related to the protocol. Everybody's actually doing a great job of the first one, which is just please mute your phone or your microphone in your computer when not talking. And I can literally mute everybody, and so people are being really good about that. So thanks for that. Any questions during the webinar? Corrine, you want folks to be able to ask questions during, or you want to wait till the end and just take questions at the end? Do you have a preference?
During is probably better.
Okay, during's probably better. Okay, so we'll do that at the end of each slide. I'll unmute folks, and we'll allow folks to ask questions, and you can do so either in the chat feature in WebEx or simply just call them out at the end of each slide. If you have any technical problems, you can email me, C-O-B as in boy, R-I-E-N as in Nancy, at nationalcyberwatch.org. That's C. O'Brien at nationalcyberwatch.org. So in terms of the National CyberWatch webinar series, it's the last Friday of each month. It's an hour long. We'll stop right at 12 Eastern Time. We've got some great topics planned. I'll talk about the October and November webinars coming up. They are recorded and archived on the National CyberWatch Center YouTube channel. Again, I'll show you where you can go to see the upcoming webinars, to register for them, as well as past webinars and recorded videos and whatnot of those webinars. So today is all about CyberWatch West resources, and I'll be the moderator. Really, I'm not, in fact, a panelist. I'm just going to be moderating this. The main person running the show is Corrine Sande. She's the principal investigator of CyberWatch West at Whatcom Community College in Washington State, and she's really going to be running the show. So without further ado, I'll turn over to you, Corrine.
Okay, well, thank you for having me to your webinar, and basically I'm just going to tell you about some of the opportunities available through CyberWatch West. CyberWatch West is an ATE center for cybersecurity education. We cover 14 states in the western region. So examples are Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Alaska, Hawaii. We have members in nearly every state, although I would like, there's some states that we do not have members in yet. So, about 75 institutions, including several high school district in LA, and universities and community colleges. And the goal of CyberWatch West is to help community colleges increase the number of cybersecurity technicians that they're graduating. So we have additional goals such as establishing a pathway for community college students into the university system in their state. So on these slides, basically we just have some of our initiatives. one of our most important ones is the CAE2Y initiative. And when CyberWatch West was established, there was only one of academic excellence 2-year on the West Coast, and that was Whatcom Community College. And so for several years, we were the only one in many states. So part of the initiative is that we bring more CAE2Ys to the Western region, and the way we do that, we one-on-one assistance with the actual application for the CAE2Y. We also can provide knowledge unit mapping assistance, and we have established the first CAE2Ys in Oregon and California. I guess I'm assuming that everybody here knows what a CAE2Y is. I explain it. I mean, it's basically a program from the NSA that allows community colleges to map their curriculum and show indications of leadership in cybersecurity. And they fill out an application and they submit their mapping to their curriculum, and they earn a designation from the NSA. I'll stop now if anybody has any questions.
Okay, great.
Hang on, because it takes me a second to unmute everybody. You know what we may want to do is save the questions till the end, because I think by the time I actually get everybody unmuted centrally,
Okay.
want to chat.
Whatever.
Let's. This is a matter of process. So
I think we'll have plenty of time for questions because I tend to just get to the point. So, all right, let's go on to the next one then. Okay, another initiative is our curriculum initiative. Our main focus right now is on California, and California's system is such that it's very difficult to establish a pathway for IT students who want to go into the Cal State system and major in cybersecurity. So we're at the point where there is a model curriculum that has been accepted in California for community colleges, and there are several courses in that model curriculum that map to the CAE2Y Knowledge Units. So what that means is that any community college that adopts this curriculum and establishes a degree in IT with the cybersecurity courses has already met half of the CAE2Y application, the knowledge unit mapping part. Then the other part of this initiative is to establish a pathway into the Cal State system. We have had a breakthrough in that area in that we have Cal State San Bernardino has established a degree that will accept these courses from the IT model curriculum. So that kind of gives you an example. I mean, the idea here is that we will use this model in other states. Each state is different in how their educational system works, and because we have 14 states, you know, may not be able to get to all of them, but that's our goal. Is basically we want, for IT students that want to go to a university, we want to establish a pathway for them. So let's move on. Additional, right, I just covered that. So pathway for IT students in the Cal State system, and then plans to replicate in other states. So that's another one of our initiatives. And go ahead to the next one. Okay, this is all part of our curriculum plan. We're working with George Mason University. They produce 13 courses in critical infrastructure and resilience for graduate level courses. Those are currently on the CyberWatch West website. And so what we're doing is we're working with them to modify their graduate level courses for community colleges, and we will make this available to any community college that wants to use it. Reasoning behind this is I established a course in industrial control system security here at Whatcom. I think we've been teaching it for 3 years, because it's an area of security that most faculty are not familiar with, but there's still a need for their students to understand this part of security. As an example, I've had several students that have gotten jobs with municipalities, and they're put in charge of the wastewater treatment. So the idea here is that we will create this course, and so if a community college wants to offer this topic, you pretty much already have the curriculum. We also planning on offering some trainings on it too. So with the hope that community colleges will integrate this into their curriculum so that their technicians will be better prepared for the workforce. One. The first related to critical infrastructure protection. Basically, the plan is we take their graduate level course, we take my course, and modify it in such a way that any community college could offer this course. So some things I may have to take out because in my course we're using actual PLCs and things like that, but this is what we're working on right now. Okay, go to the next one. We have on the CyberWatch West website, which is cyberwatchwest.org, a general curriculum, which includes a health information security and a privacy course that we offer here for no credit. It's, I believe it's something like 20 hours or something like that, and covers HIPAA, and our technicians, our IT students take this course. So that if they do end up in a healthcare environment, they'll have an understanding of that part of security. We have our Cybercamp information and lab book. So Outcome has been offering a Cybercamp. Let's see, this will be, I think our first one was 4 years ago. We offered 3 years in a row, and then we took 1 year off, and we're offering a Cyber Patriot Camp this fall. We have our Cybercamp lab book and form stuff that we used in case any college wants to launch their own Cybercamp. That may help you out. And middle school girls cybersecurity event information. We have Cal State, San Bernardino, and Cal Poly Pomona and Whatcom all hold for middle school girls centering around cybersecurity. Each of them is different in the way they do it, but if you want to offer something like that, we also have information on our website so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Some of them, like ours, is only a 2-hour session. That's a full day STEM type of camp. Others are more than 1 day, and so that information on there also. So slide. We'll provide, it's called the Faculty Graduate Program. So we provide tuition assistance for faculty from member schools that are enrolled in graduate level cybersecurity courses. So the idea here is that we'll raise the level of the faculty that are currently teaching. So if they want to take a course at a graduate, some kind of graduate level cybersecurity course, we will fund that for them. Okay, next slide. And this is under our professional development category. So we also have a program called Student to Student. College students present cybersecurity topics to other college students via WebEx. And this one was actually very popular when we started it. We had our first one, we had 88 students connected via WebEx to listen to this student presenting from, it was the universities in California. And the students are a little hesitant to do this because it's a little risky and you're broadcasting to a known audience, but it is a good professional development opportunity for the students. Also have travel assistance, so we sponsor faculty travel to conferences, including CISI and NICE. We will be sponsoring some faculty to attend the CAE conference that's one day before NICE. This has been very valuable to faculty, especially if they're at schools that are just starting out, or a lot of our faculty may be like a one-person shop, so there's one full-time person and they don't have any travel funds. So this gets them out to these national conferences. You know, they can learn more about the whole cybersecurity world. Okay. So we have 3 annual industry events, and the first one, this is one that we are sponsoring, and is a cybersecurity educators event in San Jose. And I believe that John Mum is on here. He is the one that's sponsoring, or is in charge of this. He is. Do you want to say anything about this, John?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I'm in a public space, so I'll just be very brief. But the idea of this is just to increase the number of cybersecurity educated in Silicon Valley and bring teachers, community colleagues, and university faculty together to learn about tools, resources, and programs they have. So I'm not a cyber expert, but it's amazing to me how much people want to do things and just don't know about the resource. So that's the purpose of this. And it's just coming down, and we appreciate the sponsorship of the program. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So at this event, I just remembered, I also will be presenting on cybersecurity competitions, but part of this event includes industry speakers. So we're going to be holding additional events. One is tentatively planned for San Diego with National University, and the other one will be in Washington State, and we don't have that one planned yet. But this is really one of our biggest challenges, is interacting with industry. So because we really need to know what's going on in industry in order to modify our curriculum to meet their needs. So this is an effort to try to bring more industry people into the fold and start discussions between educators and industry. So next slide. The coach academies. I forgot to say this, but CyberWatch West received a renewal. So we are good for another 3 years, and one of our new initiatives is coaching academies. So the idea here is that we would like more colleges and high schools participating in these cyber defense competitions. WICOM has participated in the National Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition since, I believe it was 2008. Well, this is our 8th year. And the first time we went, we were like really scared because nobody here had ever been to it. We didn't know what we were getting into. We prepared as best we could, the students, it was me and the students, and went down there and we came in third. Which really boosted the confidence of our students. And we would like to get more community colleges and high schools involved in this because it's a good way to really to assess if you are teaching the students what they need to know in order to work on the job. Also, it's a lot of fun. Casey could tell you also. So in the CyberWatch West region, we have 2 regional competitions, the Pacific Rim Regional, which covers the Northwest, and the Western Regional, which is in California. So the point of the coaching academies is to help faculty prepare to lead a team so that they're not just going into it cold, they have an idea. And our tentative plan right now is to have 1 in person and 1 virtual coaching academy per year. So have 2 per year over the next 3 years. Okay, next slide. We also, in our renewal, put an outreach to women. So At the CAE conference, I'm part of a group, Women and Minorities in Cybersecurity. At the CAE conference, we had a event for college students, and it included an industry panel, and we also did a couple demonstrations, like I did a little lecture on forensics, and then we gave them information about cybersecurity careers. This went over really well, and we're going to replicate this elsewhere. I already have something scheduled in Washington State, but we also will do more in probably California and possibly another state. Okay, next slide, or that might be the end. Oh, that's the end. So that's basically it. So I guess now I can take some questions if there are any.
Yeah, so for folks, I'm going to unmute folks centrally, so you should mute your phones where you are. And then for those that are on WebEx with a computer or some sort of a device, you can type your question in the chat. If you're dialed in only, feel free to go ahead and ask your question. So everybody's unmuted. Any questions for Corrine? See, here's one. Give me a sec. Here's one that came in. Where can we find more information about cybersecurity educator event?
Oh, the one in San Jose. Actually, we need to put that on our website. I believe it is up on cyberwatchwest.org, but I have to look. I think John is on the phone. I have to either post that to our website or send it out to Casey. So it will be in San Jose. It is the Friday of NICE. So NICE ends on, I think, on Wednesday, and this event is on Friday. John, do you have any other information that you'd like to give?
No, I'll get something to you this week for you to put up on your website.
Okay.
Actually, next week. We just haven't saved the date out for November 6th, so registration will actually open next week. I'll get you something for that.
Okay, so we'll be up on the CyberWatch West org website.
And are you going to sponsor that, Corrine, is the follow-up question?
We are helping with this.
Excellent.
I'll send this to you, but anyhow, the URL for CyberWatch West. Maybe you repost that in the chat.
Yeah, sure. So I had already posted that URL earlier, cyberwatchwest.org. There's another question. Say that there was travel assistance support for educators to attend some of these events.
That is correct. We have been doing, it's our member educators, so we'd like you to be a member of CyberWatch West. We are going to fund some educators that want to go to the CAE conference and do not have the CAE2Y. In order to get, so you can meet the community and see everything you have to do. We also are making an announcement at the CAE community meeting that will have an impact on any community college in the country that wants to achieve the CAE2Y. If you are interested in travel assistance through that, the easiest thing to do would be to just email me directly right now. See, here's my email.
Okay, good. So there's Corrine's email. You sent that to me privately. Here, I'll copy.
Send that to everybody. I don't think I can.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I can. All right.
I'll do it. Okay. So Sandy at CSAN as in Nancy, D as in dog, at Watcom, WHATC, C as in cat, O, M as in Mary, dot, cat, Tom, cat, edu.
Also on our website.
Okay. Good. Corrine, about the student to student. So you had said there were about 80 students. How do we as educators find out about this? And is this something we can promote within our own schools and networks? And if so, how would we go about finding out about these?
Okay, now what we have been doing is we post it to our website, and we also distribute it to our membership. I think we probably need to expand that to, in other words, send it out to other networks like yours. But we would love to have any student anywhere in the country participate in this, because the hardest part on this is to get a student to step up to the plate and actually be the presenter. We don't have a problem getting students to dial in. And the last one, it was a very good presentation, very professional. And you've got to remember, this will help enhance the student's resume if they can say they presented to college students all over the country or whatever on this topic. So, I strongly encourage anybody, you don't have to be a member of CyberWatch West, but if this is something you want to offer to your students, we would be more than happy to schedule them on this.
Yeah, do you, is there a regular time when these take place?
No, because we've been having difficulty getting students to do it. So we do not have a regular schedule. We can establish a regular schedule if I can line up like 3 of them, that I can plan out for 3 months.
Sure. So, well, at a minimum, absolutely, please send information. Help us understand the kind of topics that our students to present on.
Last one, I believe, was having wireless devices. So it was a very technical topic. So basically, it's centered on technical topics. So an example, let me think, like for instance, one of our students could do something on maybe how PLC works or what an industrial control systems network is. The devices that are for that network that most students don't know about, things like that.
Good, thank you. Good. More questions in the chat room. So one is, I saw course development mentoring program on CyberWatch West site. How does that work?
Oh yeah, I forgot to put that in there. We have a build your own course program, which actually has been very successful. We will pair up the faculty member with our curriculum designer, and they will help you developing the images and so on that you need for your course. So for instance, forensics is an example. So the faculty may want to teach forensics, and so the curriculum designer will help them decide what components they're going to need in the course, and then they will help them set up on our virtual lab so that you actually have all of your images on the Rave lab, and you can use that in your class.
There's a question. Am I eligible to become a member of CyberWatch, member of a community college in Texas?
Well, yes, you are, because we added Texas. We have other Texas universities and community colleges as members. So the fact is, I've assisted colleges on the East Coast also with achieving the CAE2Y. So we're not like locked into you have to be in these states, but we're generally concentrating on these states, and Texas is more than welcome.
And about what the benefits are of membership and how somebody would go about becoming a member of CyberWatch West?
Okay, the benefits, well, the first benefit is it doesn't cost you anything. The second benefit is you're part of a larger community of cybersecurity faculty and administrators. It helps you build connections with universities and community colleges. We also have been very successful in helping colleges that want to achieve the CAE2Y. So if you're interested in that, we have a lot of experience with it, and we can tell you, help you get what you need in order to get that designation. So most people, I think, probably find the travel support to be very helpful. If you're at a college that doesn't typically help with that, we're basically covering your expenses to go to these national conferences. There's the curriculum that we're making available to you, and also we are getting involved with helping ease the pathway for students between community colleges and universities. And if you're in a state that has like a statewide system, we can assist with that too. So let's see, have I missed anything?
Oh, that's really good. And there is a follow-up question. Is somebody else, if they're in Georgia, can they become a member?
We do have a few people from states outside the 14 states that basically anybody that wants to join can join. So if you want to join, yes, you can become a member.
Yeah, just to kind of help put kind of National CyberWatch West in context. I mean, basically, we're working on a kind of a national regional membership initiative. We being National CyberWatch Center and CyberWatch West. So we've been working with Corrine for about a year to come up with a program where schools can get regional membership and take advantage of the benefits of, for example, the work Corrine and them are doing, but then also leverage some of the benefits that a national center would bring, discounted pricing, licensing, things like that. And so I think, Corrine, it's safe to say, look, if you're on the call and you want to become a member of CyberWatch West, you'll work with them, right? Regardless of geography.
Because we have, our goal is bigger than just helping these states, the schools in these states. I mean, if a school in Georgia is able to achieve that designation, the CAE2Y designation, and improve their curriculum and graduate students that are prepared, we're actually aiding national defense. So that's how I look at it. Our primary focus is on our 14 states, but anybody from outside, we also are more than happy to have them join.
Let's see if I got all the membership questions. Looks like we're covered there. There is the question about, let's see, let me go back up here. Give me a second. I'm scrolling back up. Where can I find more information about the SCADA graduate course, and can I get the content to teach here at our school? Okay,
right now, if you go to cyberwatchwest.org and you look under, I think it's curriculum, you find, I think we changed it to the link, but you will find the pathway to the graduate level curriculum. We signed this contract with George Mason University, and we should be producing a draft of the modified curriculum for the community colleges probably in a couple of months. But frankly, if you look at that graduate level those graduate level courses, I don't see anything in there that you can't teach at a community college. I mean, I would modify a few things, like, for instance, I think that half of their grade is based on a big paper they write. I would take that out, but there's plenty of content in there you could even use in an existing security course.
Excellent. Thank you. There's these great questions. Keep them coming. We've got one that says, is there a clearinghouse for adjunct faculty needs?
We don't have that. We haven't really differentiated between and full-time faculty. So in other words, we have the resources we have available to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're adjunct or full-time. Some of them may be restricted to full-time, but we haven't really differentiated.
Good. John wants you to talk a little bit about relationships with high schools.
Okay, so CyberWatch West is really eager to get more high schools as members. We have a modified membership form for high schools that basically don't have to do anything. They just sign the paper. And I'm well aware that the teachers in the high schools are already overloaded, and so we're really only here to help them. So our main focus is to assist high schools that want to participate in Cyber Patriot. There's a lot of teams being established in California right now. I'm happy to say that we will have 2 teams in Bellingham, Washington this year as a result of CyberWatch West. And I've spent several years trying to get a high school to field team for Cyber Patriot. So our main focus is on helping them in the competitions, introducing them to careers in cybersecurity, because one of the things that most people don't realize is that people don't really know what the job is. So they tend to lump it together with computer science and IT and things. So we do presentations on what a cybersecurity career is, and in wherever the co-PI may be or our other helpers, they go out and they present at high schools, or we may do things like camps for high school students. So funding for many of those things.
Excellent. Thank you. Other questions for those that are calling in? Okay, so not hearing any. Dialed in. The next webinar is October 30th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, last Friday of each month. And the topic is Content is King. CyberWatch Center curriculum updates and what it means for your institution. So in June, National CyberWatch Center launched an update to its current cyber defense degree and certificate program and rolled out 4 new degree programs: network forensics, network security administration, system security administration. You can go to nationalcyberwatch.org, and there's a programs and resources link at the top of the website, and then there's a curriculum link, and you can get more information about the curriculum. Specifically, what's available, though, are documents for schools to get curricula, both degrees and certificates, and technical courses through both internal and any state curriculum committees / requirements. So that webinar on the 30th we'll talk a lot about the design considerations of those degree and certificate programs, resources available, as well as as well as new kind of technical course offerings. So content, hosted virtual lab environments, hands-on lab exercises, e-textbooks, instructor guides, et cetera, et cetera. And if you want to sign up for any of the National CyberWatch webinars, you can go to nationalcyberwatch.org under Programs and Resources. On the main page of our website, there's a webinar series link. And you can sign up for any of the upcoming webinars. I encourage you to do that October 30th. Let's see, I'd love if folks, let me post this in the chat room real quick. I'd love folks to take just 2 minutes and complete a quick survey. We use this to make the webinars better, and we use the results for reporting back to our primary funding agency, which is the National Science Foundation, and the URL, I'll leave that in the PowerPoint slides themselves. I showed you how to sign up for future webinars. On that webinars link on National CyberWatch website, you can go back to any of the previous webinars. And so, for example, virtualization, making sense of virtualization, curricula for colleges and universities, and there's a link to the presentation slides as well as a recording of that webinar. So if you want to go back to previous webinars, and we post all of that on the National CyberWatch YouTube channel. So that's it. If there are no other questions, I appreciate everybody joining us this morning. Thank you to Corrine for your time and for all the work that you do. You know, I don't think, you know, a lot of times I don't think we really thank each other for the work we do. And, right, it's making a big difference. And, you know, let's face it, none of us are getting rich, and it's super, super critical. And there's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of ambiguity and lack of really kind of clearly defined standards and job roles. But, you know, the work you're all doing and the resources you're making available is making a huge difference. So I personally thank you, and I know everybody on the call thanks you for taking the time and sharing these resources. So take care, and we'll talk to everybody in a month.
Okay, thank you.